Okay, so this is the our solutions to climate change presentation by Declan, Leo, and Diana. Do plastics in the water do, and why should we care? Well, if anything, plastic went inside the ocean, and some animals may end up swallowing it and thinking it might be food, which in turn might cause internal injury or even far as death. And why should we care for it? Oh, well, if no one helped, some of these species might end up going extinct, and some of these species may end up going extinct, over the next few years, and that and that and that and that it's not that good. And besides, it's very expensive. As in 2009, Southern California had to pay a whopping 1 billion in just had to pay a whopping 1 billion in order to keep water in order to keep water. Yeah, and yeah, and not only that, and not only that, and it can also affect human life too, as plastic is made up of mostly toxins, and it can also affect us too. Not only that, plastic also releases greenhouse gases and release gases like methane.
Okay, so nonprofit organizations. Nonprofit organizations such as For Ocean have been working hard to prevent pollution in the water. For Ocean, for example, being a very new company founded in January of 2017, managed to recover 14.7 million pounds of trash in just over 4 years. However, the company alone has just seen about 200 employees working at a time, and the lack of people working for the company is due to it being nonprofit. Nobody really wants to spend a ton of their time collecting trash without getting paid. Even though their impact is heavy, it's still no match for the sheer amount of plastic dumped into the ocean every year, which is 17.6 billion pounds. Next slide, please. Which is why we introduced the Works Progress Administration. The WPA was created in the Great Depression by Franklin Roosevelt to combat unemployment. Individuals without education seeking jobs would receive payment for building bridges, creating parks, roads, schools, etc. Now, with the unemployment rate at 6.1% due to COVID, the WPA would be of great help. Over 200,000 unemployed offered a job cleaning up the ocean would make a huge dent in climate change. Also, the mindset that nonprofit gives you is that you do this on your own free time and it isn't your actual job. If the WPA reinforced that this was your full-time job and you had to do this in order to make a living, people would do it more consistently and not drop out of the company, which is what you see a lot in nonprofit organizations.
Okay, so pyrolysis is the idea of creating plastic into liquid oil. We can then use this oil for cars or basically anything that needs this um, to work around the world. So what we thought is that instead of throwing plastic in the ocean and risking climate change, that we use that to convert it to energy. Ways that we can help is reduce plastic usage every day. This means like instead of drinking bottled water, we can start drinking tap water, or we can pick up any trash we see, basically like on the streets, so we make sure that it doesn't affect everyone in a negative way. We also said that um, we can buy bracelets from organizations such as For Ocean. Um, we also said donations and fundraisers. So this can help charities to uh, pick up plastic in the ocean or basically anywhere.
And that wraps up the PSA.